Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into the Chattanooga Kickoff Network.
Show your Chattanooga FC pride everywhere you go with official club gear. From stylish hats and tees to cozy hoodies and scarves, we've got everything you need to represent your team. Visit our online store at ChattanoogaFC.com or stop by our merchandise stands at Finley Stadium. Gear up and wear your colors proudly. Let's paint the city blue together. Chattanooga Football Club. Your team, your style, your gear.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Tune in to the Chattanooga Kickoff Network for live broadcasts of every Chattanooga Football Club match. Hear every goal, every save, and every moment of excitement from the comfort of your home. Don't miss a second of the action, whether you're at home or on the go. Follow us on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network and stay connected with all the live updates and commentary. Experience the game as if you were right there in the stadium. Chattanooga Kickoff Network, bringing the game to you.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
Welcome Chattanooga FC fans to Pregame Chat. We're counting down to kickoff. Today, we've got all the latest team news, key player insights, and your starting 11. Plus, we'll break down the tactics that could make the difference on the pitch in this one. Stay with us as we get you ready for game time. This is Pregame Chat, your ultimate pregame destination for everything Chattanooga FC. Here's your host, Gabriel Schrei.
Hi everyone, welcome inside of Finley Stadium. We're a long way away from getting started still, but pregame starts now. Just getting into our coverage of tonight's match. Chattanooga Football Club playing host to United Football Academy. The Gunners this season, 3-0-1, 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 wins straight for them, 10 points in the Southeastern Conference. Chattanooga Football Club 1-2-0. They won last time out against FC Birmingham. They've got 3 points in conference play. Gabriel Schrei, Madison Cruz, you're with me. Glad you're along for the ride. This is going to be a really good one between these two clubs. In a moment, we'll hear from head coach of Chattanooga Football Club, Tom Halsall, about their last match. But before we do, Madison, your thoughts on tonight's matchup?
I mean, you mentioned it. It's going to be a fun one. You got Chattanooga FC, got their first win of the season against FC Birmingham. That's huge. That builds confidence, especially coming back into home where you haven't had the best record so far. You want to come in, you want to make a statement. I said it in the last broadcast. That's exactly what Chattanooga FC is going to want to do here tonight. And then UFA Gunners, I mean, they are undefeated right now in WPSL Southeastern Conference. This is huge. They're coming in on the road, want to make another statement here against the Southeastern rival that that they haven't seen before. This is the first time that both of these teams are squaring up against each other. So I think there's going to be a lot of fight. I think the heat's going to have a little bit something to do with that on the field, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for the match tonight.
You were on hand last night for the match for Birmingham, and they couldn't hang on against Georgia Impact. I was down in Decatur, and so both of those shook up the standings a little bit in the Southeastern Conference. We were talking about that down on the field before the match. Nashville Rhythm is way out in front. They've got 15 points in the latest poll, but Decatur falling behind. 865 Alliance jumping up and taking that number 2 spot and securing it with 13 points in conference play. Behind them, trailing them, are the Gunners and Decatur FC, who both have 10 points. So this win could, if the Gunners win, could tie them up for second with 865 Alliance. Chattanooga, meanwhile, has to win to stay in contention for first place in the conference.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a match where it's a must-win for Chattanooga. For UFA Gunners, they're gunning for that first spot. Pun intended. They want that spot. They want to drive forward, and they want to beat Nashville Rhythm. Nashville Rhythm is very, very strong right now. They want to go in, and they want to steal that first place spot from them.
Before we hear from head coach Tom Halsall, a little more detailed breakdown of the Southeast region. Nashville Rhythm FC leading with a strong record, 5-1-0, 15 points, securing the 21st spot in the national power rankings. 865 Alliance, 4-1-0, they rest in second with 13 points. They're ranked 20th nationally. UFA Gunners follow in third place with a record of 3-0-1 and 10 points, holding the 16th spot nationally. Decatur right behind them, 10 points, 3-1-1. They're third in the region, 18th nationally. So some really powerful clubs in this Southeast region. Chattanooga has to take down one of the best to keep their playoff hopes alive.
And you know, you got to represent Georgia a little bit. Now, as someone who's a Georgia native, it's pretty cool to see. But I mean, that just goes to show how big and how competitive this Southeastern region is. You have so many clubs from Tennessee, from Georgia, and coming all the way through, they're coming in and they're competing, and this is huge. And it's been so fun to watch the WPSL in the Southeastern region, more specifically, grow. We saw Decatur FC break the attendance record in WPSL with 2,126 fans against their game against Georgia Impact. I mean, it goes to show how big this league is growing and how big it's growing in the Southeast.
Okay, before we go on, a quick word from head coach of Chattanooga Football Club, Tom Halsall, in the June 2nd press conference for Chattanooga FC.
All right, Coach, just give me your opening thoughts coming off into that match.
I'm disappointed. We've worked really hard in training this week, and I think because we saw a lot more of our identity in the way that we played this week and the way that we fought throughout the game, I just felt like we deserved more out of it, and I felt similar to last week, we controlled a lot of the game. We just switched off again, and we got punished. And sometimes those lessons are the hard ones to learn. But yeah, it's difficult to kind of digest because, you know, going up 1-0, which was really great, got the crowd going. Elo had a great goal, and then we maintained it for a long period. We were the better team, I think, for that first 30-35 minutes, and then the last 10 we just switched off. And then to lose the game overall, you know, it's disappointing. I know the girls are down and we're down too, but you know, there are a lot of positives, and I think, you know, we introduced a couple more players today, which I think really helped us, and we saw players step up into their roles and take responsibility, and I think that was really good. But big positive for me was seeing much more of our identity of how we play and the style that we play and the system that we play, and I think it worked a lot, and that's what's really encouraging to take from the game today, even though that we did lose. Better. So with our front three, I asked them this week that we want them to play narrower. That way.
We're back with more pregame chat. Here's your host, Gabriel Schrei.
Welcome back alongside Madison Cruz. We're almost ready for kickoff in the Scenic City. Beautiful day. At least beautiful looking. It's about 102 degrees outside. The feels like is actually 101 degrees. And it might even feel hotter than that to me. I'm no meteorologist, but wow.
Yeah. I mean, I had the same weather when I was down at Georgia Impact in Cherokee County yesterday. It's hot. It's very hot. We've reached the point of the summer where it no matter if it is 90 or it's 95, it's going to feel like 100, 120 degrees outside, wherever you're at in the southeast.
It's heinous. So that was Tom Halsall. That was not after the win against FC Birmingham. Those were his comments after losing to 865 Alliance. So obviously a lot of positives that Chattanooga took forward from that match. Then they go on the road and win in Birmingham, Alabama. They're going to try to bring that positive energy back here to Fort Finley and play host to the UFA Gunners tonight. The Gunners are going to give them everything they have, though. They know they're just 1 or 2 wins away from competing for that top spot and making it into the WPSL playoff this fall.
And that's exactly what Chattanooga has to do. You know, you haven't had the best start to the season that you wanted. You get a huge, huge win on the road. You want to take that energy, you want to take that confidence, and you want to move it into this home game, and you want to come out really, really strong against a very, very good side in UFA Gunners.
So we were talking about recent matches. Madison was on hand yesterday down for Georgia Impact and FC Birmingham. I was down in Decatur where 865 Alliance came up with a victory. Let's take a look around the Southeastern Conference. Starting back on June 8th, Atlanta Fire United lost to 865 Alliance 4-1. Also on the 8th, UFA Gunners defeated FC Nashville 10-0, and FC Birmingham lost to Chattanooga 4-1. On June 9th, FC Birmingham lost to Decatur FC 5-0. Then on the 12th, the pair of matches, Nashville Rhythm defeated Nashville Wolves 7-0. Atlanta Fire lost to Georgia Impact 4-0. Then yesterday on the 15th, a trio of matches, Atlanta Fire United bested Nashville Wolves 4-0 for their first win. Georgia Impact handled FC Birmingham 7-0. You were on hand for that one, and we talked a little bit about that. Decatur FC fell to 865 Alliance 2-1. Who have pushed themselves into second place in the Southeastern Conference. Your thoughts on that match yesterday and what it means for today and these top teams as they continue to compete for that first spot?
Yeah, I mean, these top teams, Decatur falling to 865 Alliance. 865 Alliance, we saw them earlier. We know how good they are. And so that was a battle, you know. 865 Alliance was up 2-0, and then Decatur was able to pull one back, unable to finally get one in there. But, hey, you bested one of the best teams in Georgia right now in Decatur FC. And Decatur FC is a good chance of sweeping through and continuing on to push forward in the WPSL Southeastern region. Georgia Impact getting their second win of the season, especially at home. That's huge. And with a huge goal, like a 7-0 lead, that's perfect. That's exactly what you need pushing forward, especially with the goal differentials that we do have in the standings. So many goals have been scored this season in the Southeastern region, and it's important to continue to rack that up. Even if you are ahead, you want to keep that going because it could be the one smallest stat that could push you forward to be the first place.
It's crazy. This race was really close the last 2 years, and it looks like it's going to be just as close this year, if not even more dramatic. So this is the last match in Southeastern play for 3 days. We won't see another until the 19th. At Cherokee High, it'll be Georgia Impact and UFA Gunners, and you're there for that one as well. How important is this match today for the UFA Gunners? Can they afford to be worn down by a Chattanooga club that is going to force them to play on the largest pitch they've seen all season?
It's going to be difficult. I mean, and it's always difficult when you have to go onto the road in such a quick turnaround like it is. You have 2 days after this to prepare. You might have a rest day, and then you go right back into it where you then travel once again. You're not traveling too far. You're traveling up to Cherokee County, back up in Canton. So you still have that little bit there, but, I mean, it's another road game. You're going to have to battle that and see how that goes. It's going to be another in-state rivalry between UFA Gunners and Georgia Impact. So we might see some fans travel. That could help huge, especially moving forward, but it's going to be interesting to see how they compete here tonight and then what we see again on Wednesday when they face off against Impact, because Impact is hot right now. They have 2 wins under their belt, and they're ready to continue and battle forward to try to be the #1 team in the Southeast.
Now, Georgia Impact have an even tighter turnaround. 2 days after that match, they have to play Chattanooga Football Club. Now, they're playing host for that one, but 2 really tight turnarounds for these clubs, and we'll see if it plays a factor. Glad you're with us tonight. About to get started. We'll take a break and be back as we get underway from Chattanooga, Tennessee with Pro Sign Soccer on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network.
Your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No.
National anthem. Performing the national anthem today is Troy Williams.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so lights gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of
Wow, beautiful rendition of the American national anthem, very impressive.
Collide on the field of
And we're ready to go.
Comes a message of empowerment and support from Shirazi Law. Join us in celebrating the beauty of the world's favorite game, because in football, we find beauty, passion, and unity. Football is the world's most beautiful game, and with Shirazi Immigration Law, we bring the world to you. Contact Shirazi Law today for your immigration needs.
As a proud woman-owned business, I am proud to support the elite Chattanooga FC women's soccer team.
Bring it on like tiki-tiki-taka. Give it up now faster. I'll give it back at ya. Come get what you after. Bring it on like tiki-tiki-taka. Give it up now faster. I'll give it back at ya.
It allows you a little bit more room to kind of be a little bit more free flow, where you can allow players to drop in, drop back out, and it just creates a little bit more of that fluidity that you want to see on the pitch.
And taking a look at the starting 11 today for the visiting club, United Football. LaBerge up front, Berryman, Hipali alongside her. In the middle, it's Silcox, Whitehead, and Mullen. McCloskey, Calzada, Collier, and Maleka on the back. And Brinkman in goal today for United Football.
Really excited to see Naomi Malika. Got the chance to watch her a little bit as she is from Kennesaw State University. I called some of their games last season in the fall. She's definitely one to watch out, especially for on that right side. She's going to be on that right back row, but she's so fluid there, and that's going to be something that Chattanooga has to watch out for.
For Chattanooga Football Club, it's Anna Land, Abby Merrick, Opie, Davies, Gauze, Brummelin, Vincent, Van Doren, Lucas, and Franco. And in goal, Lily Kate Verino, who's been really efficient this season for Chattanooga.
Absolutely. I think that has to be my standout is Lily Kate Verino. With what she's been able to do in between the posts has been huge for Chattanooga, and she's been such a good leader in that back as well, and that's exactly what you need, especially going up against a team like UFA Gunners.
Our officials today, the referee, Nicole Steiner. Our assistant referees, Will Herndon, Jason Steiner. And our fourth official, Brad Green. We're ready to go in Chattanooga. Glad you're with us. It's WPSL Soccer live from the Scenic City. We're underway. This one rolls all the way back. trying to reset and get some steam going as this one is sent to the far touchline. Really like the kits today. Chattanooga wearing their more traditional white with sky blue stripes on the other side. Almost a camouflage look for the Gunners. I really like it. It's very different.
I like it too. As they came out into the kits, I was like, I really like that one. It's different. You don't see a kit like that. I really, really like it though.
UFA is missing their 3 top scoring threats today, which could play an impact on how this one turns out. Both players from South Carolina, and of course, Jordan Dudley, one of the best players in our nation, represents the American national team. All the way back, the Gunners, we've played one into our 2nd minute in Chattanooga. Thrown in, long ball, rattles to midfield and is sent back aerially. Vincent tries to play this, redirected up the field to Juliet Lucas, and the Gunners reject this. Gunners gather near midfield, just beyond the circle. Going backwards, long connection. UFA trying the far side. United turns this over to Chattanooga. Roping pass, bounce through traffic into vacant space where CFC comes up with it. Ball out on the far side. Glad you're with us. Let us know where you're tuned in from today. Find us on Twitter, Gabriel Schrei, Madison Cruz. I'd love to know if you're watching from somewhere interesting.
Anywhere in the Southeast, Georgia, Alabama, here in Tennessee even.
I usually feel like there's always one who's overseas. That's what I'm fishing for. I'm fishing for you if you're tuned in. Long feed, edge of the 18. UFA centered up near the 6. She's got it alongside the penalty spot from the arc. This one rattles through traffic and cleared away by Chattanooga Football Club. Dangerous situation, just barely averted. The ball sent out front onto the penalty spot. Really well struck. And Olivia Silcox just couldn't put that on.
Olivia Silcox couldn't put anything on, but again, a huge shout out to the Chattanooga defense there to know where that strike was coming and just to knock it out before anything could happen.
Great job. Proverbially probably parking the bus there, right? You've got players back in front of you, standing in the 6-yard box and able to just get a body on the shot. Silcox has been important this year for United football. Originally from Peachtree, she's going to be a freshman at Memphis this year. Ball in the wing, looking to square this up in the 18, floated away by Chattanooga and regathered. To the close side, just beyond the wing. Football with it. United looking to square this up. From the far side, this one back towards the circle. United football working it towards the 18 along the corner. She wants to go inside between the legs of a teammate, and Chattanooga clears it from near the penalty spot. Regathered, looking to get back to work. United goes to the far side, just beyond the wing. Gunners looking, walking this down towards the penalty arc, fighting it, still with it. Chattanooga wants to clear this away. Sent aerial deep into the 18. Swatted out to the corner, and in the wing, Chattanooga puts it up again. Vincent plays this with a header. United has to fight for it near the circle, and this one escapes thanks to the efforts of Juliet Lucas. All the way over midfield, United quickly regathers.
The Gunners putting in a lot of pressure here. They're not allowing Chattanooga to get anywhere near their attacking half. They're just kind of holding them in and not allowing them to have any space to try and break through.
This is an anti-shout out to John Nelson, who's tuned in from Georgia. John Nelson, an infamous member of the media in the region. This one sent back
hello,
over
John.
midfield. Yeah, hello there. Chattanooga battling for this. They've got it. Walking this through midfield, sent inside by Billie Jean Davies. Chattanooga regathered and starting to get on the attack for the first time in this match. Scoreless in our 6th minute. CFC all the way back. Lily Kate Verino. And she's putting together a really nice career professionally and collegiately. Long ball, Chattanooga down to the corner of the 18. She gets around, well bent to the back door, and she buries it. What a score! Chattanooga Football Club out in front 1-0 in the 6th minute of play. It's Eleonora Franco.
Eleonora Franco, just right outside the 18, a beautiful curler that took it herself, was just able to sneak past the defense for the Gunners, and oh, what a beautiful strike.
Her 2nd goal of the season, bringing her European experience from Verona, Italy to the midfield for Chattanooga. How about the creativity? Gets a hold of that ball, dices around the defender on the corner of the 18, an absolute laser to the back door. 1-0 Chattanooga Football Club as we're into the 7th minute in the Scenic City.
I mean, and that's exactly what head coach Tom Halsaw was talking about before. It's just bringing that in. It's that confidence. It gives the players more of an edge to just try new things. And also, he's wanting players to try and go for goal. They don't want them to sit back and just pushing forward and keeping it forward. And that's exactly what Franco did. And now it's 1-0.
We talked to him before the match down on the pitch, and I got the sense they would change their strategy a bit tonight. Obviously, the first 5 minutes didn't feel like anything had changed. Halsall likes to sit back and control the ball defensively and try to wear down the opposing team. He said, we're going to flip the script and be aggressive and press up tonight. We see it early. United wants to respond to the press of their own, cleared away by Chattanooga. This is a dangerous chance against Chattanooga. UFA can't get a hold of it initially. Now the Gunners with the ball, flip through the penalty arc on the spot. She's got it. The response right away. 2 goals in 2 minutes. It's 1-1 in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
A great response from UFA Gunners, immediately able just to pinpoint that pass. I have to point out the great flick back just to know that someone was going to be there to knock it past Verino.
(1-1). 9th minute has arrived in Chattanooga. Long feed for Chattanooga through traffic, rattles all the way back to United, who will reset.
And one thing that's so interesting, especially about Gunners, is we got the chance to talk to Iggy Malika a little bit before the match too, and he talked a little bit about their playing style and how they want to play. They want to keep it very simple. That's exactly what they try to do. They play a very simple game, but, you know, they build from the back. They're going to take that opportunity to pass it between the defenders and then push up forward and create those chances that way. That's a little bit different than what Chattanooga wants to do. Chattanooga wants to try and keep the ball, and they have possession, but with a team like Gunners, it's so difficult to do that.
It is indeed. Chattanooga. Long feed for Franco again, this time cut off. Floated over the top. This one through the wing and out of play entirely. Shaping up to be a threat on the backside, Malika started all but 2 of 19 games this last season as a sophomore for Kennesaw State. Appeared in all 19 as a freshman for KSU's Owls as well. First team all-region at Lanier High, and she's dangerous with the ball, great facilitator, but in the early stages, doing well defensively for the Gunners in this match against Chattanooga.
And that's something that she's done very well, especially when she is with the Owls. The way that she's able just to be a defender, but she also is a great facilitator when it comes to pushing the ball forward and creating those chances. Getting to see her at Kennesaw State, you mentioned it, started all but 2 games in 2023, and that's huge. That's huge for a sophomore to get to come in and create an impact, and I'm assuming we're going to see her have an even bigger impact this season for the Owls.
Having an impact in the early stages of this one, where it's still 1-1. 11th minute has arrived between the Gunners and Chattanooga. The floodgates have broken open in the early stages as these two are going back and forth.
I know, you said 11th minute, and I kind of had to take a step back a little bit. I didn't realize it's only been 11 minutes into the match. You know, it feels like so much has already happened so far.
A lot has happened. We've had about a game's worth of action in our first 11. They brought me a seatbelt so I could keep myself on the chair in the press box here. Nearly fell out. This one through midfield, loose for a moment. Gunners with it, gathered in vacant space and sent backwards. Around Franco, long feed, Maleka in pursuit, tackles it away from Chattanooga. She's on the move and has a head of steam. Squared up, down in front of the 18 from the penalty arc, long shot. Lily Kate Verino easily gloves that for Chattanooga.
Tried to chip it in there, but wasn't enough power on it to get it past overhead of Verino, but a great save there once again for Verino. One thing I am interested to see, especially with Chattanooga, is they scored the first goal of the game. Immediately, only seconds later, Gunners came back in. I'm interested to see how they respond and how the momentum shifts here. You want to make sure you keep that intensity and keep that energy. You don't want to let up anytime soon.
Chattanooga on the move, tried to go inside and sent away by United. Floated aerial ball, looking for Annalise Vincent in traffic. This one through the 18, into the wing far side, down near the corner. Gunners send this into the brickwork. Chattanooga will have a set piece. 12th minute closing in on the 13th minute, 1-1 Chattanooga and Gunners. We're inside of Fort Finley on a beautiful sunshiny day, but it could not be hotter. Dangerously hot.
Very, very hot. I wouldn't be shocked if we have a hydration break here in the next couple of minutes. It might be 2, might just be 1, maybe halfway through, but definitely with the weather is you want to have a moment where the players can breathe a little bit. But also it gives an opportunity to reconvene with the coach, maybe get a different strategy, try something a little different, see what the coach is seeing from the sideline and maybe get some new insight.
Long feed for the Gunners. United stays with it. Through midfield, taking her time, and she rolls it around the attacker. And Chattanooga moving backwards into a shell. Maleka on the close side. Harassed by Franco, pulls it away from her. Long feed for the Gunners, UFA. 1 connection, 2, far side. United towards the wing, Chattanooga nearly fully parked. Long feed, great pass. She's got space to work with. Chipped into the corner of the 18, bent wide right.
And that is one thing that Chattanooga has to be wary about. You cannot allow any of the Gunners to be wide open. Know who you're marking and know where you need to be in the placement. Don't let one of them maybe sink off a little bit because that can create another goal-scoring opportunity.
That's the midfielder, Morgan Hippley, who took that shot. We're going to see her take a few scoring chances tonight. She's from Norcross, Georgia, played for Norcross High, now plays for the Arkansas Razorbacks. She was a 2021 Georgia 7A second team All-Region, started for the #1 soccer team in the Southeast while also running track and holds the Norcross High School 4x2 relay record. Through the circle, Chattanooga tries to roll this far side and rejected. There's Hippley, long outlet pass. Chattanooga will win the race. Verino volleyed it back. Franco riding the bike. This one to the far side. Up along the touchline, nearly goes out, kept in by United. Gunners. The connection, harassed by Summer Hernandez, she gives it off.
Huge credit, though, to Lauren McCloskey for that play there. Somehow managed to just track that ball down, steal it from Chattanooga, but also keep it in line.
Rolled through midfield. Maybe in trouble. UFA loses it to Chattanooga. This is Franco. She's scored already. 15th minute coming to a close. It's 1-1. Eleonora squares it up into the 18 and filtered away by the Gunners.
I saw what Franco was trying to do, was trying to find Vincent riding up into the center, driving into the box. But that was another great awareness of what was going on in that back line for the Gunners.
Annalisa Vincent from Maraca, Guyana. Plays for the national team. Top goal scorer. She She's been an MVP for a long time, playing soccer both professionally, collegiately, internationally. We'll see a throw-in for the Gunners. Taken at near midfield and headed backwards. Opie wanted it. Gunners still want it. Chattanooga comes up with it. Hernandez. Long feed, far side, trying the wing. Chattanooga has some room, and she can't run it down as it goes out on her.
Just a little too much on that ball.
Subbing for UFA Gunners is 36 is in.
Looks like Caroline Smith coming onto the pitch in place of Hippoly. Now, we mentioned Hippoly's had a lot of success. She was a standout in Georgia, plays for the Razorbacks at Arkansas. Caroline Smith, probably our player to watch offensively today for United Football. Plays for the Georgia Bulldogs. She was an SEC tournament champion last year, appeared in 11 matches, scored an equalizer in her first career goal against number 22 USF. Earned SEC Freshman of the Week honors for spurring Georgia to a comeback win. Scored a goal against San Francisco. Prior to Georgia, played at Blessed Trinity High and was named to the Class 5A All-State First Team in 21 and 22.
Great run from Malika.
UFA can't run it down. Well played by Chattanooga on the back. So we come out and we get 2 goals in our first couple of minutes. Madison, it feels like fire is on the gas. Both of these clubs have to be feeling the urgency of scoring the next goal and scoring it quickly when it's so hot. You're going to start to get worn out. Strategies are going to change over time, both running the 4-3-3. How do you do that? What's your thought process if you're on the bench right now for one of these clubs?
I mean, momentum is so huge, and I think that's one thing a lot of people don't really think about when they think of the game soccer, how key it is to have the momentum in a match. If you don't have it, then you kind of lose that energy and you lose that stride that you once had. And that's something that Chattanooga, they came out scoring first. They got to make sure that they keep that energy, they keep that momentum driving forward. They cannot allow that goal that Gunners scored to impact them in their energy in any way. And Gunners as well, you're doing most things right now. You let up that goal, you responded quickly. That's exactly what Malika wanted to see from his side. He wants them to come in and be attacked, but also play their simple game that they know that they can play and pick out those passes and win those 1v1s.
19th minute, 1-1, Chattanooga and United Football. Gunners going backwards. Juliet Lucas shadowing. Keeping it away from Vincent. Long feed beyond the boots of Franco and chipped to the close side near the edge of the wing. Gunners trying to go inside. Chattanooga takes it away. That's the dangerous one right there, playing up on the ball. You do not want to turn it over to her in any capacity. You want to do everything you can to keep the ball away from her as she's down there. So efficient, not only this season playing professionally, but playing on the SEC side for the Georgia Bulldogs. She's going to be somebody to watch if she gets the ball.
And with what happened last season with the Georgia Bulldogs, they're going to be another team that's going to be a lot of fun to watch in the SEC going into the fall. I'm really excited to see what that team can do moving forward and seeing how far they can make it this time. I mean, as always a Georgia fan, I'm always rooting for the Dogs.
To the far side. United with it. Good pass, but didn't have the sauce to get down into the wing. Chattanooga takes it away, trying to clear this towards the circle, and it filters through, leaking to the boots of Franco. Footwork through the circle. She tries to go long and misdirected as it comes off the boots of a defender and all the way to the keeper.
I've been really impressed with Eleanor Franco so far in the first 20 minutes of this match. She has come in guns a-blazing. She's pushing forward. She's creating chances. She's trying new things. And she's keeping the energy up.
Left-footed midfielder from ULM, known for her technical ability and creativity, but the energy tonight is something we haven't seen this season. She is really feeling it.
And I'd be feeling it too if I scored a goal from outside the 18. I mean, what a stunning goal that was.
That was beautiful. Bennett backdoor. We saw 2 really good goals in the early stages. I would assume we're going to see more. Glad you're with us to enjoy the action tonight. Gabriel Schrei, Madison Cruz, 21st minute. And it's about 150 degrees here in Chattanooga. To be realistic, it's 92. The feels like is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And it probably feels even hotter down on the field. All that open space with the sunshine baking. Hot day.
I know, we kind of have it lucky. We're in the booth. It's a little bit cooler up here than it is down there, so I definitely don't want to be down there. I definitely like my spot up here.
Talked to both coaches about it. They didn't seem too worried about it. It was more of a discomfort thing than a worried conversation. This one through midfield, taken at Chattanooga, sent long. Foot race to it on the edge of the wing. And won handily by Collier. Sent to the keeper, and United going to try the far side, but it's bent too wide left and goes out into the brickwork.
You said it perfectly. Just bent a little bit too wide. Not exactly what you want to do. You don't want to give up the ball right there to allow Chattanooga to maybe make a break here.
Prime opportunity for Chattanooga. We'll see if they can capitalize. They've been efficient in set pieces this season. 6 goals scored through 3 matches played for Chattanooga Football Club. United Football has played in 4, scored 23, and only allowed 2 coming into today. Now make it 3. Chattanooga bent from the corner of the 18, looking back door for Franco and cut off beautifully by Maleka. Now she clears it as the ball is rattling around and loose on the edge of the 18. Chattanooga fighting for it, looking towards the wing. Chipped around Maleka, but unable to be kept on by the forward from New Zealand, Lucas. Thrown in for UFA. Gunners to the center. Looking far side. Through midfield, chipped out, no one there. 2 great bench bosses. Madison, we enjoyed our time we spent with them. Iggy Maleka played for the FIU Golden Panthers in college. Professional stints with Topaz Haiti, Florida Stars, Eberex Nagita, and Atlanta Silverbacks. He was a 96 NCAA first-team All-American. Led the Golden Panthers to a D1 soccer championship. They were the runner-up. Won promotion to the Japanese Football League with Niigata and retired in 2002 from playing professionally.
An extensive career. He's always fun to watch. He's a legend when it comes to Atlanta soccer stories. It's a lot of fun getting the chance to see him here today and getting to see him coach a side like UFA Gunners. And not only that, getting to coach your team that your daughter plays on. That's huge.
I bet he has the coolest stories in the world. I would love to sit down with him for more than 10 minutes and just chat. You know, he'd be a fun conversation.
Atlanta Silverbacks was a little bit before my time, but I mean, I hear stories all the time from everyone about how awesome it was to have that pro team here in Atlanta before we had the likes of Atlanta United. So definitely want to sit down with him to talk a little bit about what that was like and what it's like for him to see the sport grow into what it has now.
It's kind of wild to think that was before everybody's time, you know, in the press box here and down on the field. 24th minute, it's 1-1 in Chattanooga. We've got a player slow to rise. Not only would Iggy be a fun conversation, but I can tell you Tom Halsall is quite the fun conversation. This is his first year at the helm of this women's side of the club. Played at Manchester City, trained with goalkeepers like Joe Hart, Costel Pentelman, known as Tommy Salsa, former goalkeeper for Chattanooga Football Club, and connected with the club for a long time now. He also coaches in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. We've got a water break down on the field, but we'll keep it here and continue our breakdown of the match. Gabriel Schrei, Madison Cruz. I can't believe how hot it is. They're taking a water break, and they deserve it.
Absolutely. They do deserve it. I would need a water break as well. It's very, very hot. It is very hot. I mean, that's all I have to say. I mean, coming from yesterday, being at Georgia Impact, seeing that matchup, I believe it was around 92 degrees, but it felt like 97, 98. And coming here today, it's 92. It feels like 100 degrees outside.
It does feel like 100 degrees. Glad you're with us. Reminder, you can follow the club on social media at Chattanooga FC and get all your Chattanooga FC apparel, tickets, and more, ChattanoogaFC.com. Would love to have you here with us in person. Great night out. Fun for the whole family, and there's so much to do.
Well, the Chat hooligans are out there getting ready to go. They've been fired up since the moment the kickoff was made. I mean, they're always loud and proud, though.
Always loud and proud. In full force tonight at their home venue in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're in full force as well. Water break is over. We're about to get back underway. 1-1. We've leaked into the 26th minute of play.
Go
27th minute.
to ChattanoogaSoccer.com to start a complete interest form. A licensed social touch with
A couple more changes coming for United. We're going to get our first look at Orlesi. Chloe Markey checking in. Autumn Kaeli coming into the match as well. That one rattles through down into the wing. United near the corner of the 18, battling with it. Looking inside. This one rolled back out to the edge of the wing. Gunners splitting the difference down towards the end line. Chattanooga wants to clear it away. This one goes out and it'll be goal kick.
Great pressure from Ava Van Doren to stop that attack.
Alex Parr committed to Samford, wearing number 20 tonight for United. Out of Johns Creek, Georgia, a local product for United.
That's around my neck of the woods.
Neck of the woods.
What?
Neck of the woods. I've heard that.
Were you just not expecting for me to say that?
I just wasn't ready.
Oh,
My neck
okay.
of the woods. Johns Creek.
Johns Creek. Well, I'm from Swanee, but it's not too far away. I've been in that area more than enough times.
1-1, 28th minute of play, leaking into the 29th in Chattanooga. We're deadlocked between these two, and the heat certainly seems to be starting to take a toll. Franco the first to the ball, skeeters around Maleka, and now rejected by United. Chattanooga regathers. Can they keep it? Gunners centered up, rattled off the boots of a Chattanooga defender. Head of steam here. Chattanooga trying to stem it as this goes back to the circle and is chipped over the top to the far wing, but she can't keep it in as it rattles out over the wing.
That is, again, great pressure from Chattanooga to kind of stop that attack, forcing Gunners to pull it back and then try to create something out of nothing almost. So the ball went out of play, but I mean, that's great pressure from Chattanooga.
United backwards with it. Some awkwardness as this is trapped by ZFC. Chet bends this towards the circle. Franco trying to get around the defender on the back and floated back by UFA towards the arc. Gunners fighting it through up towards that penalty arc, left off, and Chattanooga able to shut them down. They're going to have to reset to some degree. Trying an aerial play towards the corner of the 18 and set off in the wing by Chattanooga. Well played defensively by Opie.
Listen, Opie has been one that I've had such a joy watching so far, especially in that back line for Chattanooga. The way she's able just to be exactly where she needs to be, able to stop those chances, she's a force in that back line.
Change coming for Chattanooga Football Club. Billie Jean Davies checking into the match. Looks like we'll see Addie Chapman as well for Chattanooga. United throws in over the top of a fresh set of legs. Billie Jean Davies along the touchline. This goes off and stays with the Gunners. 31st minute, still deadlocked, one goal apiece in this match. Rattles through the wing, United has it, sent into the 18, Chattanooga cuts it off, the nutmeg, trying to clear this away, battling for it over the top, Chattanooga gets it, Chapman fighting, wants to clear it. Long ball, roped towards midfield. United comes up with it. They're able to keep it back to Maleka. She wanted to return it and coming up with the intercept. Chattanooga on the move. They've got a head of steam, looking backside, bent towards the corner of the 18. She lost it. This one just out of her reach, and it goes out of play.
It was a beautiful pass, but it was just, I think it was a bit overkicked. It could have been a little bit more softer to try and get there, but just too much power on it to roll it out.
31st minute, closing in on our 32nd.
Partner of Chattanooga Football Club, established in 1976.
Chattanooga working it all around. Summer Hernandez strips it away. Floated into the wing, nobody there. The rundown, United able to keep it on for a moment as it goes over the end line. Goal kick coming. Haley Brinkman to deliver. 32nd minute escapes into the 33rd. It's 1-1. Ball through midfield and the whistle.
An opportunity for the Gunners to get forward and get a break.
Iggy told us before the match, this club plays really simple soccer. He gave us some reasons for that. It doesn't sound as good when I say it, does it? It sounded really good when he explained it to us. We play really good, really simple soccer. We try to keep the game simple, kind of play it as you see it on the field, on the pitch as you go through the match. Test of how much that UFA can keep the ball and how much they can maintain it on the size of this pitch against a team like Chattanooga who's used to playing on a big field. But I like the way he broke that down. He says, listen, I only have a few weeks to work with these girls. They're really good. Just keep it simple, similar to what they're playing at their schools. They can come in, just plug right into the formations, the sets, the plays we're running, and have success.
And that's the beauty about WPSL. A lot of these teams deal with that turnover. Sometimes you'll see players who haven't been with this roster all season, some players who've been there for a long time, and then they go back and play for their college club. It's about making the most out of it when you are here, when you're playing with them, and getting the best out of them. And that's exactly what all of these clubs are trying to do, and that's what Maleka emphasized on. I'm really interested. I'm liking the way that they're spacing out and using the field to their advantage, which is what he mentioned that they wanted to do on this bigger field.
United along the end line, struggling with Chattanooga, and the ball going to be kept out on that end. This is a prime chance for UFA. Set pieces, a staple of any club, especially when they're running the 4-3-3. Exactly what Iggy said. We just got to keep it simple. Sent in on the edge of the wing, chipped, floated back door on the corner of the 6. Too much on it. It rolls into the wing. Down in the corner, Gunners trying to knife around the defender, fighting with it. She's tied up for the moment, blows a tire. Chattanooga's got the ball. Nutmeg, this one along the touchline, but out of play and back to UFA. There's Iggy right there, standing on the right side of your screen, shouting out to his players, having a good time with it.
It's fun, especially when you go and you play on a field that you are a little unfamiliar with, especially with what it's like in WPSL, so many clubs playing at different fields. You get a different variety of what it is. And I'm interested to see how he kind of looks at how his girls are playing on the pitch right now, especially with the wide open space. They've been taking advantage of it, but it's allowing also for Chattanooga, because they know how to capitalize on those big moments. They're able to slip through and find those open opportunities.
If there was a match we've done this year that it would be fun to mic up the coaches for, this has to be it. Can you imagine getting to hear these two going at it down along the touchline all night long?
We could do like the open mic that they do for ESPN basketball.
Interview them during the
basketball when they're in the huddle for those half times.
I've seen them do it a lot for baseball and softball this year as well. They'll mic up players while they're in the outfield and just interview them in the middle of the game. Coach, how you feeling?
I don't know how that would work in a soccer perspective because of
I
how
don't think it does,
back
yeah.
and forth it would work. But
you could
it would
maybe
be
do the
interesting.
keeper. You could maybe do the keeper. When the ball's down on the other end, just a quick question. Be very distracting, though. Through midfield. United trying to get this rolling. Chattanooga skying it over the top. Arcing the ball all the way back to the 18. Maleka the one to run it down. Harassed from behind by Land. th minute has arrived. Over the top, battle for it. This one over the end line as well. This is a crucial set piece for Chattanooga. (1-1) in the 37th rather, excuse me. The signal from the close touch line. Sierra Casamento bent backdoor. The 6, too much on it. Rolling down into the wing. Chattanooga wants to keep it on, and they will. And it looks like it comes off the boots of the defender. Another set piece for Chattanooga Football Club.
Another opportunity to capitalize.
Deadlocked, 1 goal apiece. Under 10 minutes of regular time in our first half. We'll certainly play some stoppage time. Chipped, floated over the top back door, and it rattles across the top of the goal and out of play entirely. (38th minute, midway through that. Obviously, you don't have to do anything when you're already deadlocked. You've got a lot of time left to play, a whole second half. You're going to get some whiteboard time, some water, some cool air at the half. United, long ball into the wing. Chattanooga trying to run this down, sent off and out. Heads up play there by CFC. Madison, do you feel like there's any pressure or thought about we really should score before the half, or is it just, you try, and if you don't, it's okay?
For sure. You definitely want to be the team going into halftime. You want to be the team up. Having it be a 1-1 draw right now, it kind of puts it in anyone's favor.
Out front, United from the penalty spot, left side, and it just leaks through. How did she sneak that in there? Leaving Chattanooga on skates, it goes to the left and finds the back of the net. Perfectly placed ball by Autumn Kieli.
Autumn Kieli was just able to grab the ball, position it, and just absolutely beat the keeper in Verino. Was able just to slip it right past her. I think Verino thought she might have gonna switch it to the right, but ended up switching it up and went to her left side. But I mean, a great goal, and that's exactly what you want to do going into halftime if you're the Gunners. You want to be up. Now let's see how Chattanooga can respond now.
Placement does not get better than that. Just perfectly delivered to the left side, finding the back of the net for the score. This one over the top, running it down, Gunners. 40th minute is here, 2-1 UFA. Chattanooga held UFA in a deadlocked match. They scored first for a long time. UFA, the most productive in the Southeastern Conference of the WPSL. 21 goals this season is their goal differential. That's 5.25 greater per match. They've only allowed 3 scores in total, including their goal in this match. And you scratch that differential and you say now they've scored 25 all season long. Backdoor, Chattanooga the header, up over the top. This one sent away at the last moment by United. Nearly able to score. She's got it on the edge of the 18, trying to find it inside and sent off over the end line. This goes back to United.
I'm speechless. That was brilliant defense from the Gunners there. Not gonna lie to you, that header went in and it floated back towards the goal, and was nervous that she wouldn't react in time to knock it out, but that's exactly what they did. It was quick response time, and that's exactly what you need to do in that back line.
United has averaged 5.75, nearly 6 goals per match this season entering today. They've scored 2 today, so now 25 total goals as a team this season. United looking for another to the corner of the 18. She stays onside. Bent backdoor, unreal placement. United football up ahead 3-1 on the road in Chattanooga. Perfectly placed top shelf.
Again, we've seen 2 beautiful curling goals in this match so far. Franco and now from the Gunners. What an absolutely stunning performance from the Gunners so far.
Stunning is right. That's bent backside. Top shelf. Nothing that Chattanooga can do on that with where it's placed. How do you defend that? Hold that thought. United again, down towards the 18 on the penalty arc. Same spot back door, this time too wide as it goes over the end line and goal kick for Chattanooga.
Just perfectly placed, able to come around, didn't cut into the box, just right outside the 18. A perfect curl to knock it in past Verino.
Morgan Hipelli scores that goal, the 3rd of the match for UFA. This one through, United running it down, playing keep away from Chattanooga. Chased from behind and sent over the head of Addie Chapman, the forward who's native to the Scenic City. .42nd minute leaking into the 43rd.
Had to stop for a second. Normally the guy who's waving the flag over right across from us, he wasn't there and I was nervous, but I found him.
He's over here.
He's over on our right.
Flagging it up. The flag guy.
I didn't know where he was. I thought he was absent. He wasn't here.
I love the flag guy.
But he's here.
How does he hold that up for 2 hours? It's like 100 degrees out there.
I was gonna say, in the heat especially?
Can we get a shot of the flag guy on the TV broadcast? This one's sent on, rattling through traffic. Chattanooga trying to tackle it away. United comes away with it. Going backwards and looking to go over the top. United has scored 3 in this match, now 26 total goals as a club this season. A Southeastern Conference lead in WPSL play. This one through. Onto the attacking side, rolled towards the wing. The outlet pass, she's got it, knifing her way towards the 18. Backdoor, top shelf off the bar. Regathered, United with it on the penalty arc. She cuts it off the 18. This one cleared by Chattanooga. UFA running it down. Chattanooga in trouble. Now able to tackle the ball away and clear this.
And that is why the crossbar is a goalkeeper's best friend. Ooh, I thought that one would just get just enough air to float in right past, but the crossbar was there to make a brilliant save.
She posterized that top of the bar. Chattanooga's Chapman trying to roll that inside, regathered. Buchek, a laser, this one loose on the edge of the 6 and regathered. Well played by Brinkman. Less than 1 minute left in regulation on our first half. Long feed taken by Chattanooga. We'll keep an eye and let you know how much added time we'll play on this first half. 3-1 UFA, Chattanooga trailing after taking a lead way back in the 6th minute. Sent out, rattling around. Chattanooga towards the circle. Chapman tried to chip it back across. United with the intercept. Long feed towards the penalty arc. Foot race. 2 players tied up and gathered on the edge of the 6.
That was Anna Land. Anna Land tracked that ball down, did not allow Gunners to come through. And that's perfect defending.
Flag guy.
Got a moment to shine on the broadcast.
Love the flag guy. We should bring the flag guy up here. This is the flag guy. Here we go. United with it. Working this into the attacking side. Over the top, this goes out. 4 minutes of stoppage time on our first half of play. Madison was paying attention. I was looking at the flag guy on the feedback monitor.
The flag guy is important.
That's very important.
It confused me because it was 4 in the red and 4 in the green, and then I realized what it was.
Trying to have fun with the heat today and how hot it really is, but it is seriously not only a concern, but plays into the strategy of these two clubs as we play into the 4 minutes of stoppage time on this first half. This halftime going to be really crucial, and probably we'll see these clubs try some things they usually wouldn't. Some players that might not typically come out of the halftime break will get the nod most likely and get some fresh legs, some players that have rested up.
Exhaustion can set in too with how hot it is. You know, you get tired easily. You might have some tired legs. You slow down a little bit more. Getting those players off the bench to come in and make a difference, that's huge, and that's exactly what we saw with a lot of the academy players. Tom Halsall talked highly about what it was like to have those academy players really step up, and that's what they did in the last couple of games. They switched it up. They brought in that younger energy, that younger spark, and they made a difference.
Through the midfield, Chattanooga has a lot of room. Long feed, Eleonora Franco running it down in the corner. She's got it. Chipped back door on the edge of the 6. It's rattling towards and off the right post. Now cleared by United Football. Chattanooga back towards it, edge of the 18. Here's a long winding shot through traffic, deflected away. The Gunners get a little bit of luck.
Just like Chattanooga had luck with that crossbar, the post was all the way on the other end, saving that one.
Well, if the match ended right now, the player of the game is the post. Unbelievable. 48th minute has arrived as we play through our stoppage time in Chattanooga. A look from behind, the ball running up the pitch. Stripped away, this goes out. Last touched by Chattanooga FC. No, rather last touched by United. Ball to Chattanooga. Chipped down deep in the 18 and gloved by Brinkman.
I've been really impressed too. We mentioned the academy players. Brooke Bolton, number 18, right up there leading the charge for Chattanooga. She's always on it. She's driving forward. She's putting pressure on the defense for the Gunners, and she's not making it easy up there.
Far side, United through midfield. Chattanooga strips it away. Swarming defensively. We played 3 minutes of stoppage time. 4 was our initial signal, and they could go a little longer. They could cut it a bit short. We'll see. The official time kept on the field. Chipped over the top, down towards the 18. United can't gather there, but they do get it back, still in the attacking third. Down along the touchline, trying to go backwards. They've bought the space they need, looking for that entry pass. She walks it, sends it to the penalty arc. Backside, lots of room. Bent back door, left side, top shelf. She scores. 4-1 United Football out in front of the Scenic City. They love the top shelf, and again, it's Morgan.
Love the top shelf indeed. All of the goals that the Gunners have scored have been absolute beauties. Just a perfect placement, knowing exactly where they need to be, and not being afraid to take the shot. And you see Tom Halsall over there on the sideline clapping, encouraging his players. That's the one thing you need to do, especially before you go into halftime. You don't want to go in down. You need to keep that energy going. You need to keep the momentum driving forward.
That'll do it for our first half of play. A ton of action in Chattanooga. 5 goals in one half. Will we see 5 more with all the heat? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they change up, put some fresh legs out there. We'll be back in the Scenic City on a hot, humid day. We're all fighting it. Don't go anywhere. Chattanooga Kickoff Network will return.
Attention Chattanooga FC supporters. Get exclusive content and insider access by following us on social media. From live match commentary to player interviews and training highlights, there's always something new to discover. Engage with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to stay in the loop and never miss a moment. Be the first to know about special events, ticket offers, and giveaways. Follow Chattanooga Football Club today and join our online family.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement.
What does it
and
mean
you still
to
have
own
time
the
to
game?
plan.
It's simple. It means seizing the moment, seeing pressure as an opportunity. It means forging your own path, not listening to the outside noise. It means leaving a legacy, putting on for the girls that come after you. It means breaking down barriers, showing that we can achieve greatness. It means showing up for your city, knowing that here, our hearts beat as one. It means believing that you can do anything you set your mind to. This is our time. This is our moment. This is our game.
In a world where unity and strength collide on the field of dreams, comes a message of empowerment and support from Shirazi Law. Join us in celebrating the beauty of the world's favorite game, because in football, we find beauty, passion, and unity. Football is the world's most beautiful game, and with Shirazi Immigration Law, we bring the world to you. Contact Shirazi Law today for your immigration needs.
As a proud woman-owned business, I am proud to support the elite Chattanooga FC women's soccer team.
To care.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Hi,
I'm EJ Williams for American Humane. For thousands of years, dogs have been our best friends in our worst times. Today, we're also learning that our best friends, millions of whom are abandoned each year, are often the best medicine when people are facing obstacles.
Pride community that are also leading their industries around Chattanooga. Danielle Queenberry. Danielle Queenberry is the founder and CEO of QT Counseling, specializing in oriental excellence and promoting diversity and inclusion. With over a decade of experience in nonprofits and corporate spaces and community organizing, she advocates for LGBT+ safety and inclusion. Growing up in rural Georgia informs her culturally sensitive strategies. Danielle also launched Out and About Chat to amplify marginalized voices in Chattanooga. Living in Chattanooga with her wife, pets, and houseplants, she's training for a marathon and writing a novel about growing up queer in rural South. Let's hear it for Danielle. COO of Hilton & Company, Melanie excels in leading workshops, drafting proposals, and creating reports. With an SCA, she enjoys discussing community developing processes and learning new things. Born and raised in Hawaii, she values diverse cultures and fosters innovation and belonging. At home, Melanie shares responsibilities with her wife, Ashley, and is passionate about the arts and social justice. She co-leads the UN Foundation, keeping Circle and Versus on 2 nonprofit boards. Melanie supports entrepreneurs by creating technology stacks for nonprofits. Let's hear it for Melanie. Kelly Somerset. Kelly is a professional life coach since 2013. She helps women silence their inner crisis. Her mind, body,
I would like to. Can you cut for a second?
Lasting life changes in under 3 months. As a certified professional trainer since 2009, Kelly enjoys the journey of life coaching and physical coaching, diverting a powerful one-two-punch for her clients. Let's hear it for Kelly.
I could have gone the whole time, but I feel like the last one I was
Associate Professional of Health and Human Performance at UFA Gunners, the Graduate Athletic Training Program, with her exec with degree from Southern Illinois University, UCC, and Midwestern University. She researches injury prevention and cultural competence. Active in communities like Friends of Outdoor Chattanooga, Lynette enjoys outdoor adventures with her partner, Lori. Let's hear it for Dr. Lynette Carlson. Ashley Holyfield. Ashley is a licensed clinical social worker and case management team lead at Erlanger Hospital, providing clinical supervision to licensed candidates. President of the Old Town Brainerd Neighborhood Association, she is also an accomplished violinist in a band, Priscilla and Little Ricky. Living in Chattanooga with her wife Melanie, she enjoys celebrating their big moments here with CSC. Text the word groups. Let's hear it for Elizabeth Haley and Brianna Haley, both as directors and theater and
Can I take a picture?
Oh, they're turning. Oh. Are we turning this way? We're turning this way. This way.
With my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Can't make it to the game? No problem. Tune in to the Chattanooga Kickoff Network for live broadcasts of every Chattanooga Football Club match. Hear every goal, every save, and every moment of excitement from the comfort of your home. Don't miss a second of the action, whether you're at home or on the go. Follow us on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network and stay connected with all the live updates and commentary. Experience the game as if you were right there in the stadium. Chattanooga Kickoff Network, bringing the game to you.
At this very moment, Doctors Without Borders is on the ground in communities around the world, delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most. Our teams are bandaging war-wounded patients caught in the crossfire in Sudan, providing clean drinking water in Haiti, and performing emergency C-sections in Yemen. Doctors Without Borders teams are in over 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving work is made possible by our movement of supporters, people like you who help our patients even when they're half a world away. At Doctors Without Borders, we won't stop working to bring our patients and their communities from crisis to care.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Hi, I'm EJ Williams for American Humane. For thousands of years, dogs have been our best friends in our worst times. Today, we're also learning that our best friends, millions of whom are abandoned each year, are often the best medicine when people are facing obstacles. To help both people and animals, organizations like American Humane have been working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, finding animals in need of forever homes and training them as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help our veterans, the elderly, and children overcome the daily obstacles of life. In this way, the rescued can become the rescuers. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Show your Chattanooga FC pride everywhere you go with official club gear. From stylish hats and tees to cozy hoodies and scarves, we've got everything you need to represent your team. Visit our online store at ChattanoogaFC.com or stop by our merchandise stands at Finley Stadium. Gear up and wear your colors proudly. Let's paint the city blue together. Chattanooga Football Club, Your team, your style, your gear.
This is the Chattanooga Kickoff Network. Now back to more Chattanooga Football Club action with your play-by-play host, Gabriel Schrei.
Hi everyone, Gabriel Schrei, Madison Cruz here with me. Glad you're along for the ride with us. 4-1 after the halftime break, and I will say, Madison, at least it's not 100 degrees anymore. It's cooled off a bit as the sun has set behind Lookout Mountain. We're down in the valley in Fort Finley. Welcome back. So after UFA explodes towards the end of that second half, what does Chattanooga have to do to get some momentum going back their way to open this second half?
Well, that long talk in the locker room with Tom Halsall and the entire coaching staff has got to be, you got to get back in it. Their head wasn't in the game. They were, again, allowing UFA Gunners to come in there and just create chaos. We're able to go in there, slip in through some passes, and just were wide open. All of those shots could have been avoidable if someone had been marking their man, and that's definitely what the message in the locker room is. It's just to go back out there, play our game, and get back in this one, because it might seem like it's not possible, but it can happen.
We're back underway in Chattanooga between UFA and CFC. Glad you're with us. This one sent long over the top. UFA not wasting any time. Ball left towards the penalty arc. This one loose in traffic. Chattanooga clears it initially into vacant space. Gunners regather and send it back to midfield. Along the touchline. Foot race to it. Chattanooga able to make the play. First score was way back in the 6th minute. Buried top south by Chattanooga's Eleonora Franco, a really nice score. Wasting absolutely zero time. An immediate response from UFA made our score in Chattanooga 1-1, and they progressed to build a 3-goal lead into the half. Second goal scored by Bryan, a third by Smith, and Kustas scored the fourth to make it 4-1 here in Chattanooga.
I mean, even with the scoreline not going in Chattanooga's favor, I mean, every single goal so far has been an absolute stunning golazo on both sides. From Franco to all four of the goals that the Gunners had. I mean, absolutely phenomenal placement, knowing exactly where to go. We know that the Gunners love that top shelf area.
Yeah, 3 in a row, right on that top left corner, and there's not much you can do to defend that when it's such perfect placement of the ball.
It's perfect placement. It's also, too, just perfect placement by the player. They're able to get that wide open shot, and they take it. And that's exactly what Chattanooga needs to do. They get that wide open opportunity, try the shot.
Rolled through traffic and sent backwards. UFA going to try the touchline. Gunners looking through midfield. Right along that midfield stripe, she chips it over, but Chattanooga gathers. Aerial play on the ball. Battling to box her out. Right down in front of the Chattanooga bench, she wins the battle initially. Now sent off on the slide. Long throw-in for Chattanooga. This one directed off. She was looking for Addie Chapman, the forward. Chattanooga will throw in again. And a land. The throw-in for Chattanooga. Headed back by the Gunners. Beautiful kick and a lot of room to make something happen with. Struck into the middle of the circle. Floated to the far side. Chipped down towards the 18. Chattanooga going to win the foot race to the ball as Verino gets to it. 49th minute underway, a 3-goal match, 4-1, UFA Gunners out in front. Chattanooga sent from out of the 18, way across the stripe. Rolling right down along that line, Chattanooga after it, Gunners after it. Chattanooga comes up with the ball through traffic, UFA cuts it off. Fighting for it, Gunners keep possession. And Chattanooga cuts it off again in the midfield. They'll reset and work with possession now. Lily Kate Verino has faced a lot of shots tonight, but has done very well not only tonight, this season for Chattanooga Football Club, and she's coming off of a really nice year for the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Born in Jackson, Tennessee, dominant right foot. Started off with a big save against Tennessee Tech this season for the Birds.
A lot of local talent. We talked about it in a couple of broadcasts, just how cool it is that you have these summer leagues, but you also get to play for your home club, your hometown, a club that you maybe grew up seeing around. It's really cool to get to be a part of something like that, especially if you're from the area of Chattanooga, which a lot of these players are.
Absolutely undefeated, and it's so cool to see players who are born right here in Chattanooga in the Valley or just the Southeast Tennessee area who have played for the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, represented the Birds in the NCAA. Players who have played for the Flames at Lee University over in Cleveland, Tennessee, just a stone's throw out of the Valley. Very cool to see that. Finesse to the close side. I think the same goes both ways, though, and that's what's so special about this Southeastern Conference. These clubs, 4 of them are in the top 25 in the WPSL. Chipped over the top. This could be dangerous. Hold that thought. Race down to the ball in the wing, looking to square it up near the penalty spot and set off over the end line. Great hustle play by Chattanooga.
Billie Jean Davies right there to track that ball down, knocked it out, not allowing for the Gunners to get anywhere near the ball once again. That's exactly what you need to do. That's perfect defending.
So a set piece, a dangerous chance for Chattanooga. They need to prevent this. The Gunners looking for a big one. Backdoor on the 6th, the header over the top and harmlessly onto the twine. Back to that thought about the local talent. So not only is it prevalent with a roster like Chattanooga, but this entire Southeastern Conference, where you've got 4 teams that are in the top 25 power pool for WPSL. So many of these talents are local. Now, they might not be representing local universities, but they're local to the area of the club. And United Football, no exception. You've got players who are playing for Appalachian State, Valdosta State, Kennesaw State, South Carolina, players from Buford High School that are playing in the SEC. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The Georgia Bulldogs, you name it. And there's somebody on that roster. Last night I was down in Decatur. 865 Alliance had players from the Volunteers there. We had a player from LSU, one of the Tigers. All tournament players on the pitch tonight in the SEC. We are missing somebody who represents the women's national team, the senior team tonight from the Gunners. If you're a fan of UFA, you're certainly well aware that Jordan Dudley is not with the team tonight. She plays for Florida State. Big collision in the whistle. Really good officiating tonight, by the way.
Very good officiating. Able to balance the game well, and that's exactly what they've been doing. They know when to blow the whistle, know when not to. They're doing a very, very good job.
Referee tonight, Nicole Steiner. AR1, Will Herndon. The number 2, Jason Steiner. And our 4th official, Brad Green. They've done an excellent job. Went down into the locker room and spoke to them before the match, and I gave him a hard time. I said, Brad's the one that gets to sit in the shade, right? Brad does not have shade.
But, I mean, I do want to go back a little bit, and we talk about the Southeastern. You mentioned the teams that are in the top 25. You have Nashville Rhythm at 21, 865 Alliance at 20, Decatur at 18, and UFA Gunners at 16. That's huge.
It's unreal.
Unreal. Having 4 teams in this conference that represent in the top 25, that's huge, especially a club like Decatur FC coming in their first season here, as well as UFA Gunners. Both of those teams from Georgia coming in, having their first season here, that's huge. That is absolutely phenomenal that you've made a stance like that in this region, but also in all of WPSL.
Yeah, it's hard to encapsulate just how impressive that is, but to give you an idea, this is the 26th season of the league. There's 142 teams across the WPSL, so for 4 in the Southeastern Conference to be in the top 25, nothing to sneeze at.
Absolutely not. And I mean, even too, like, it just shows how competitive it is in the Southeast. It shows how many of these teams it's battling in and out every single game.
Chattanooga over the top. This is gloved and cleared away to the close side. We play on as now UFA working with the ball. through midfield. This one over the touchline into the Chattanooga bench. Not only are they in the top 25, but the poll in this conference is so competitive. Only one team moves on with 15 points right now. Nashville Rhythm, a commanding lead in the Southeastern Conference. They're number one. Number two, 865 Alliance. They did have 10 points, and they were in a three-way tie for second. Now they stand alone with 13 after their victory last night over Decatur, who's tied for third with these UFA Gunners.
And then you also do have Georgia Impact slowly creeping back into it. They had a couple of matches. They had two, and then they started a little later than everybody else. Nashville Rhythm got ahead of the jump with everyone else. They started really early, and everyone else kind of trickled in behind. But that gives you an advantage. You have a couple of games still under your belt where you can make something happen. You can make that push to be in the top and be the number one team in the Southeast.
UFA Gunners, if they can pull off the victory tonight, they are ahead by a trio of goals in our 55th minute. Will be tied for second place with 865 Alliance. So that really is going to make the last couple of weeks of the season here over the summer very interesting in the Southeastern Conference.
And I believe due to the fact of goal differential, if we're actually looking at that, they'd be tied in points, but I think UFA Gunners would actually jump ahead of 865 Alliance, which that is also important to think about, especially moving forward with how close it can be, that you have to resort to goal differential to really figure out who's going to be in that leaderboard. And that's why even if you are ahead and you are winning, you still want to try for those goals because every point matters.
4-1, a three-goal match. 56th minute is halfway over. We're in the second half in Chattanooga. This is floated over the top and gloved easily by our keeper. She's just been fantastic tonight. That's Haley Brinkman with another lights-out save.
Closing it down early. That's what you have to do. You don't want to allow Chattanooga to get into the box any further. As soon as you see the ball enter, grab it, pick it up, and restart play.
Carlos Felix, Juan Hernandez, the assistant coaches tonight. We talked about the bench bosses in the first half. Tom Halsall leading Chattanooga. Higgy Maleka leading UFA down along the pitch. We enjoyed both of our conversations with them before the match. They're so much fun to talk to. Juan Hernandez, one that made the transition. He played for the men's side of Chattanooga Football Club. A legend, fantastic and fun to watch him play. Such a great guy. And I'm very glad to see him back and coaching and giving back to the community, and a talent and a mind for the game that you can't afford to lose if you're Chattanooga.
And it's so nice to have that, to have someone who knows the club well, who knows a lot of the people who are a part of it, and to get to come back and, get to represent your team from the sideline and get to kind of give back to what they gave you. That's huge. And that, I think, is what every player dreams of doing, is getting the chance to go back to a club where you had such an impact and wanting to spread that love of the game and what you learned to other players.
Filtered through, corner of the 18, Chattanooga's got it, steps around the defenders, back out to the penalty arc, a run-on kick, and it's deflected. She wants the penalty as she goes down hard on the penalty arc. Huge collision, and it appears as though she's all right. Vincent had the run-on kick perfectly placed, and what a spot that is to take the shot from.
It's a perfect spot. It's not a PK, you still have to get through the wall of Gunners right there, but it's a great opportunity. It's a great set piece, and you have to capitalize it if you're Chattanooga.
Jan van Brummelen from the Netherlands to take this, a 20-year-old. She's right-footed, comes from the club Sparta Rotterdam. Also has played for FC Barcelona. Strikes it to the right side. This one through, untouched in the score. Chattanooga Football Club gets one back in the 59th minute. Her second goal of the season for Chattanooga.
Perfectly placed. As soon as that whistle blew, was going for it. As the flag guy is very, very happy, running around, waving that flag. That's exactly what they need to do. Jamie Van Brummelen made a huge impact and now cut the lead to only 2 goals. And this is perfect. This is exactly the momentum that Chattanooga needs moving forward.
So this is the 5th match of the season for UFA's Gunners. Entering tonight, they had only allowed 2 goals all season. Now they've allowed 2 in this match. Chattanooga is looking at a mountain to climb. They've averaged 2 goals per match. They've already hit that mark in the 59th minute. Can they score 2 more? They have to keep their hopes of winning the conference alive. We're back underway, and the tension starting to build at Fort Finley between the Gunners and Chattanooga. What a score by Van Brummelen. UFA looking for that quick response again, floated into the wing. Now down on the corner, looking for that centering feed, in trouble as this one goes out over the end line. Harassed all the way off of the field on that.
Gonna be a quarter, another set piece for the Gunners. Now we've seen this before. We've seen Chattanooga score, and then immediately following the Gunners came back. Will they be able to stop the response here and keep it going for a little bit?
One, two, three, four, 5 camouflage kits down in the 6-yard box. A goal here would be massive for the Gunners. 61st minute of play. A change coming as well. I believe that Hippoly is coming off for Markey. We're ready. The signal, waiting from the corner. Bodies moving around, down in the 6-yard box. Floated back door. There's the header. It's loosed and goes wide of the right post, much to the relief of Verino.
That's great pressure from the defense for Chattanooga. And it was interesting, too, at that corner. I saw Naomi Malika kind of run up onto the side. Almost looked like they could have been doing a little trick play, maybe doing a short corner could be, but wanted to take it long to try and put that one away.
Delivered to the close side. Chattanooga all the way back to Verino. The Chattanooga Bird teased this up. A 2-goal match. Just under 30 minutes left to play in regulation. A lot of time. Chattanooga, long feed. Vincent loses it. Well played and tackled away down towards the end line. And a moment of almost desperation where Brinkman has to come out and send this off. A quick throw in coming for Chattanooga's football club.
You didn't want to risk that one, especially with a player like Annalisa Vincent driving forward. You want to make sure that ball is cleared. You don't want to allow her to get into the space and possibly get a shot.
Annalisa Vincent, criminally underrated, representing Guyana internationally. She's been fantastic this season for Chattanooga. It'll be interesting to see how they use her down the stretch, and certainly look forward to keeping tabs on her as she plays internationally going forward.
She's a fun player to watch. Every time she's on the pitch, she is able to come up with some creative way to slide the ball in. I mean, I remember watching one play, I think from the last match. She came in and had absolutely brilliant pass. I mean, she's so much fun to watch, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing her develop and grow as she continues on, whether it's for her national team or playing collegiately or professionally.
Had the privilege to sit in for the media day for Chattanooga's football club this year, and really enjoyed speaking with her and Sierra Casamento. They were paired together and made quite the hilarious pairing for their interview. They were giving each other a hard time, and Sierra giving her a hard time about playing internationally, and they were just fun talking with those two. So definitely will stick with me watching them play as we go forward. 63rd minute rolling into our 64th in a 2-goal match, 4-2. In front, in command, United. They're just looking to escape with a victory. 3 points would tie them for second in the Southeastern Conference with 8-6-5 Alliance. Chattanooga really needs this win to keep in competition for first place in the conference and playoff contention.
One thing that I've been really impressed with the Chattanooga coming into the second half is they haven't let up on the pressure. They're putting forward, they're getting pressure, they're kind of holding Gunners a little bit, they're putting them in uncomfortable situations. And that's exactly what you need to do. When you're down a couple goals, you want to make them uncomfortable because then they'll slip up and that gives you an opportunity to go on the breakaway and try the counterattack.
All the way back, distributed to the close side. United on the move. Brinkman got us started. The feed through traffic as two players collide. Chattanooga turning up the heat, trying to force a turnover on the tackle, and now the whistle. Too much pushing, shoving, and contention there. The midfielder from Kentucky, Gauze, draws the whistle.
Great pressure from Gauze.
Maleka can't believe it. And he is letting the officials know that he is not happy with that call.
I will say I am a little shocked that it was called for Chattanooga. It looked to me, Gauze was kind of coming in, pressuring her. I didn't really see the foul on the Gunners there.
I didn't see it either. I didn't really see a foul at all. It just looked like pushing and shoving.
It looked like it was just great ball work from both players. I didn't see a foul really needed on either side.
Well, and for a match that has been quite literally almost perfectly officiated to this point, very forgivable if that is a mistake. If it is. I don't know. I'm not down there. 66th minute, Chattanooga bends this into the 18, right on the edge of the 6, trying to clear it away. Vincent gets a boot onto it, this out over the end line and goal kick.
Again, great pressure there from the Gunners on the defense.
Change coming for the Gunners. Fresh set of boots onto the pitch. Cardulo. Plays at Iowa State for the Cyclones, originally from Milton, Georgia, playing for the Gunners over the summer. On the attack, towards the wing, well delivered. And the call by Steiner.
I believe that was the right call by the ref. There was a little bit of a jersey pull there from Chattanooga.
Nearly the same spot as the other side of the field where Chattanooga took one from. Now a chance for our club in the camouflage kits tonight to bend one of their own on a set piece.
And hey, we've seen a lot of golossos in this match today. I would not be shocked.
Watch out, 6 goals scored already. It's 4-2. UFA looking to pad their lead. 67th minute, about to leak into the 68th. Waiting for the signal from Steiner, she bends it backdoor towards the edge of the 6, headed away by Chattanooga. Well cleared initially, fighting for it down on the corner of the 18. Chattanooga sends it off.
And who headed that out but Head Opie? Again, has been an absolute force in the back line. Huge there, came up big, headed that ball out.
Just a reminder, you can be here with us for our next home match, cfctix.com. 2 great Chattanooga matches coming up next weekend. 3, actually. 1 on the road for this women's side. They're going to play 1 on the road, turn around, play at home on Sunday. We'll be here for that as well if you want to watch online. Thrown in, Gunners towards the 6, and that's just wide. I think she was looking to feed that backdoor, but it was nearly a score.
I completely agree with you. I don't think that's exactly what she was looking for, but I mean, that's a dangerous opportunity once again for the Gunners, and that's something that Chattanooga has to lock down on. They have to watch out for those passes, and Coach Malika talked a little bit about his side getting used to the bigger space of the field. Chattanooga's been playing on this pitch since the beginning of this season. They know the ins and outs of the field. The Gunners are capitalizing on more of the open room that they do have. They're able to slip in those passes a little bit better.
This is your invitation. You've been invited. Chattanooga takes it away. Eleonora Franco, she's got a head of steam. What a laser. Too much on it as it goes high up onto the concourse in the grassy knoll behind the twine.
was pointing my finger because I wanted to remember that moment. Franco, an absolutely perfect steal. Able to took it and just drove forward. And that's exactly what you need to do. And honestly, if I'm Brinkman as well, I'm also looking to see where that ball's going to go. We know that she can do those golazos. So that's exactly a great awareness. But Eleanor Franco has been one that I've really, really enjoyed watching this match. She has really, really broken through.
70th minute has arrived. This is your official invitation. This women's team plays on the road at Cherokee High. Madison Cruz on the call for that. You can watch it on Huddle TV and the Southeastern Conference platform for the WPSL. Visit their website to find it. That's going to be this coming Friday, the 21st. Then this club will play again at home on Sunday against Decatur FC Triumph, and it caps off a pair of home matches as we get into a water break here. Chattanooga's men's side playing against Carolina Core on Saturday. I'll be on hand for both of those. This is your invitation. Be here with me. Be here with Madison and I on Sunday. ChattanoogaFC.com, CFCTix.com, TIX.com. If you have to fly here, I mean this with all of my heart. You tweet at me and tell me you're flying here to come to the match, and I will pick you up personally from the airport and drive you to the stadium. Would love to have you here in Chattanooga. That's a real offer. I'm not kidding. If somebody flies here for a match, I'll pick them up personally. That'd be great marketing.
It would. Listen.
Fly here. Come here. I will come pick you up from the airport and bring you to the game.
Hey, and it's going to be a fun one, too, on Friday, especially with Georgia Impact versus Chattanooga. I believe we tried to coin it for the Chattanooga FC Atlanta United 2 matchup, the 90-mile drive.
Oh, I like that. Is that a thing?
I believe that was coined. John Nelson and us, we were all sitting in the booth trying to figure that. I believe that's what was decided on. I'll have to check in with him and see if that's true. But, yeah, I believe it. The 90-mile drive, that was what we are coining the rivalry at. I believe that's what we're trying to coin it.
I was trying to come up with a name for the Decatur and 865 Alliance match last night, and I was like, I give up. You know, in the middle of the broadcast, I'm like, I can't do it. Maybe we should just let John Nelson be in charge of naming all the matches.
He's very good at it.
The Tennessee River Derby is a good name for the Huntsville and Chattanooga rivalry on the MLSNP side, but I'd love to get some more. I think John Nelson's officially in charge of naming rivalry matches.
We'll have to let him know. We'll let him know.
This is his notice. Just like if he flies here, I'll pick him up from the airport and he can come name all the games.
And I mean, that one on Sunday, too, against Chattanooga and Decatur is going to be a fun one to watch.
It is going to be really good. And obviously, you can be here with Madison and I live, free. Tune in on YouTube at Chattanooga FC, Huddle TV via the WPSL website, or come in person, CFCTix.com. I will pick you up from the airport if you have to fly. Somebody's going to take me up on that.
Yeah, someone's going to take you on it, and then you are going to have to pick them up from the airport.
I'll do it. It'll be awesome. I'd be honored. 72nd minute, 2-goal match, 4-2. Chattanooga works this out of the wing. One connection, make it 2, and going backwards again. In trouble as Gunners closing in on the ball, tackled away. A nice intercept. And finessed all the way back to Brinkman. In danger! Blown tire for a moment, Brinkman able to clear it. Chattanooga nearly had a wide open scoring chance. Through midfield, UFA playing loose and fast. Into the attacking third, looking for help. Towards the penalty arc, knifing through traffic. She's onto the edge of the 18, has room to take a shot. Squared up, back door in the 6, she got it! Wow, it's a 3-goal match again as UFA makes it 5-2 in the 73rd minute. What a score, she absolutely buried it.
Absolutely buried it. A great sequence on that drive, just coming in from the left and then picking out that pass from behind. That is absolutely stunning. That is perfect team play. A team play goal there for the Gunners.
Selfless play, streaking into the 18, buying time, fighting herself down towards the end line, gets it down along the edge of the 6 and goes backdoor. She could have taken a good shot, a quality shot, but instead passes up that chance knowing there's a better look backdoor that Verino has no chance of saving. Sends it over there, and the score is buried by UFA, who has a 3-goal lead again in our 74th minute.
I do have to give huge credit to Brinkman because that all started with her. That all started with her cutting that tire, circling back around because Bolton was right on it. Bolton was gonna try and steal it right back and get another shot there for Chattanooga. Brinkman took the time, brought it back around, and then played the pass up, but a great team goal there from the Gunners.
74th minute closing in on our 75th. 5-2 the tally in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The white and sky blue kits fighting their way up against those camouflage uniforms. Ball headed away, played in vacant space by the Gunners. They can't keep it. Land sends this down towards the attacking third, but the intercept again by UFA. We'll certainly see some stoppage time with a water break, but not a lot of time left to play with here. Based on the amount of points that Chattanooga has in the Southeastern Conference, the race for first place, what philosophy do you adopt down the stretch? Do you go out and kind of let it all hang out in this situation, or are you just playing for next week?
Win, 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 win. You can't look at it all as a whole. That is, I think, the one thing that teams, especially in this situation, look at when they are coming up into the last play of the season.
UFA, knife around a defender, well struck left side and nearly buried that on a howitzer. What a play to get all alone deep in the 18. She just took that through the penalty arc, got around a pair with a nifty move, couldn't quite put it inside of the post.
Very dangerous, just a little bit, not the angle that she wanted to get to it, but again, another dangerous shot for the Gunners. But I mean, if you're looking at Chattanooga and you're looking at the home stretch, a lot of teams, what they tend to do is they look ahead. They look at, okay, last game, here's what we need to do. We need to make it to the first team. We need to get more points down the stretch, when you have to focus on game to game. That is how you have to look at the situation. You're going to go up against a lot of these teams moving forward. I mean, looking up, you got Impact, you got Decatur, then you have Nashville Wolves and Atlanta Fire United. You have 4 more games to make a statement and to win. You gotta adapt, you gotta look at game by game. You can't look at the future, because if you do, then you're not gonna live in that present, and then that's where those mistakes can come in.
From the spot, just out of the wing, 14 minutes left in regulation in a 3-goal match. And we talked about Chattanooga's next couple. They're going to Cherokee High to take on Georgia Impact, then hosting Decatur Triumph. Decatur FC, rather, excuse me. That'll be a good one. We're excited for that. Coming up next, for UFA, they travel to Georgia Impact, then host FC Birmingham and Decatur. Decatur's had a really nice first season wearing the black and gold. Broke the record for attendance, 2,100 2 matches ago, had 1,000 last night.
I mean, it's amazing what they have been able to do as a club in their first season with WPSL. Expanding the women's game the way they have, that's huge.
Struck right side, unreal. How did she find the twine? Just barely squeaking that inside of the post. And another goal for the Gunners.
One touch, ball came right to her and just took the shot. Able to squeeze it past the Chattanooga defense. That is a perfect goal.
And she looks like she can't believe it, throwing her hands into the air, laughing. That is indeed the perfect score, just barely able to get that inside of the sticks. That makes the tally 6-2. A big lead as our 78th minute closing in on our 79th. Ella Cardulo scores that. We talked about her earlier in the broadcast. She plays for the Cyclones at Iowa State. Fantastic collegiate player, fantastic in the WPSL as well. The Gunners are way back just beyond their own 18 in a 4-goal match. They've hit their average of 6 goals scored per match. Chattanooga has been the most productive team against this club offensively, though. They've played 4 already this season and allowed 2 goals in 4 matches. They've allowed 2 today in their 5th match of the year.
And one thing I do want to thing that I think is really cool, especially with what we've seen on the bench for the Gunners, is every single time any one of them scores, there's a celebration. They all are supportive of one another, and I think that's so huge, especially when you have, in WPSL, we talked about the turnover and how it is something where a lot of these girls don't play with each other often. This is the first time they're playing with each other. And to have that support, to know each other well enough in that short time, and to be supportive of every single person on the pitch and off of it, that is so important. And that creates that team culture and that team identity. And that's exactly what you want to have when you're a new club starting out here in this league.
Rolled to the far side and back. In the 80th minute, Chattanooga trailing by 4. Battling on the touchline, a nifty move. Fighting through, down towards the wing, left off for Land. Land into some vacant space, bent up towards the penalty spot out front, and this one down along the end line, kept alive out front of the 6, and now the Gunners have a chance to clear it. Played aerially out of the 18 in the whistle. Really nice play by Riley Brown, who got that all started, the Chattanooga native. She takes it down into the wing, feeds it into the 18. A couple of prime scoring chances. Just unable to finish that off, and it remains a 4-goal match, 6-2, UFA out in front. Barring a miraculous comeback by Chattanooga's football club, UFA going to rise into second in the Southeastern Conference and be tied with 865 Alliance, who, I don't want to sound like I'm doubting 865 Alliance, but it seems like they've pulled off an upset at every turn. They weren't expected to overcome a couple of the clubs that they've bested, and now alone at number 2, going to be deadlocked with this United football team. It's going to make for a very interesting end of the season.
Very interesting. At this point, it's going to be every game matters, every result matters, and that's going to be huge. And even if it's not a result, making sure you get goals on the board. With how close it is in those first couple of spots, you need a win, but then you also need a couple of goals to back it up as well.
This Chattanooga football club just returned after COVID a couple of years ago, building. They're going to be a force to reckon with down the stretch, as stability is so hard to find, and Chattanooga brings that night in and night out, both sides of this franchise and the academy.
Absolutely, and especially development of that academy. We talked to Tom Halsall a little bit before the match, and he talked very highly about the academy players that he has brought in. Brooke Bolton, Riley Ramey came in huge, especially in those last couple of matches for Chattanooga, made a statement. And that's exactly what you want to have, especially moving forward as you continue as a club. Having those academy players that can step up, and you have that development already set in place. And moving forward, that is going to be pivotal, especially if you continue on in WPSL.
The academy development by Chattanooga Football Club is impressive. The amount of players that are local to Chattanooga, to Southeast Tennessee, even if they're not from directly in the Chattanooga area. Saudi Daisy, a frequent flyer on this roster. Cleveland, Tennessee, which is less than 30 minutes drive from here. Ottawa, Tennessee, all around the area. United bringing the pressure against Verino. Retreating back to midfield. 83rd minute, 6-2. Gunners out in front by 4 goals. Close side, UFA. Fought this down into the wing. Gunners chipped it into the corner, floated out towards the 6 and the whistle.
I believe it was an offside call on the Gunners there. Chattanooga going to be driving forward, want to try and create a breakaway here.
Brown over the circle and returned by Chattanooga behind midfield. Looking for some way to get this through. CFC teed up and in danger. A full retreat again for Chattanooga's football club. Verino will reset. The Chattanooga Bird distributes this close side. CFC through midfield, delivered close side to Anna Land. The captain getting the ball right back. She chips it towards the 18, the intercept by the Gunners. UFA over the top. We saw a ton of scoring throughout the course of this match. Have really enjoyed what has seemed like golazo after golazo as United is streaking down into the 18. Dribble, 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 looking inside. Deflected away by Chattanooga. Trying again. This is played off, and now CFC clears it over the touchline. What a treat it's been to see all of these great scores today as we roll into the 85th minute. How often do you see a scoreline like this, 6-2?
Not often, but I got to give a huge shout out to Hannah Opie once again on that play there. Stopped a couple of promising crosses there from the Gunners. Again, she has been such a force in that back line. She's huge for Chattanooga.
Got a good friend who previously coached soccer. He's the director of soccer for AstroTurf Corporation. And after Chattanooga won against Inter Miami 2 by that big scoreline, 6 goals, I sent that to him, the highlights, and he said, Americans love a big scoreline, don't they? And I said, well, what can I say? Love a big scoreline, I won't lie. United down in the corner. In the wing, Gunners clear this back towards midfield. UFA looking to get back on the attack. Chattanooga nearly able to run that down. Ball loose just in front of the Gunner bench. 86th minute has arrived in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Upcoming matches around the Southeastern Conference and WPSL play. Coming up, a 3-day break in the conference. Our next match will be on the 19th. It's Georgia Impact and UFA Gunners. That's at Cherokee High. Are you on the call for that?
I think I am.
You're doubled
Maybe.
up. You're posted up at Cherokee High and then coming back here to Chattanooga. That's on Huddle TV and the WPSL soccer platform. On the 21st, Georgia Impact takes on Chattanooga FC. Also at Cherokee High with Madison Cruz. Chattanooga plays on the men's side against Carolina Core this coming Saturday. Be here with us for that in person. CFCTix.com, ChattanoogaFC.com. Click onto the tickets tab, or you can listen on the Chattanooga Kickoff Network radio broadcast if you're out of the area for free. And on the 23rd, we'd love you here with us as well for this club as they come back and play host. And you, of course, can tune in for the broadcast and join Madison Cruz and I. We love it when you're with us for the broadcast, but CFCTix.com to be here in person. And the offer stands. If you have to fly to Chattanooga to come to the match, I will personally drive to the airport and pick you up.
Can we get a double header? Watch the men's play, and then you get to come watch the women's play.
That would probably save me some gas. I won't drive you back and forth. You
won't be the chauffeur.
I'll only bring you to the matches. Just to clarify. UFA back to midfield. Gunners trying to rope this towards the 18. 87th minute, rolling, and now the whistle as there's a lot of jostling.
I believe that was another jersey pull on Chattanooga, so it'll be a free kick here for the Gunners.
What great officiating tonight. Seamless.
Very seamless. They let everything play, which is very pivotal in a match like this. I think you have both teams. A lot has happened, but not a lot where you need to really be so card heavy. It's very, very simple. Just letting them play, letting to see where the momentum of the game goes. Done a very good job of knowing when to blow the whistle and when not to.
Couple of changes coming for Chattanooga Football Club. Fresh legs onto the pitch. Betha Puchik. Riley Ramey. Chip from the spot through the 6. Tried to get a boot on that, and it was well placed, but couldn't get a hold of it as it sails and goes over the end line in our 88th minute of play.
A well-placed ball, but just no one could get on the end of that one. And that was also, again, great pressure from the Chattanooga defense.
Rolled to the far side. This one rattles all around. Gunners come up with it for a moment, but now sent back out of play, and we'll see a throw in.
Ava Van Doren thought she had managed to save that one in, but it ended up going just a little bit over the line.
In the corner, fighting for it, Chattanooga. Gunners, after it's still down along the end line, tiptoeing this all the way to Verino.
Great hustle there from the defense once again for Chattanooga.
The highlight reel you can build out of this match, unreal. 8 goals scored, all of them in fantastic fashion. I mean, I don't really feel like we saw a single goal that wasn't a showstopper today.
I would agree with you. I do love a good golazo.
Chattanooga into the wing. Oh, fighting through traffic, no whistle. She gets it down to the edge of the 18, looking inside, sent off by the Gunners.
That was a good response, too, after that trip up there from the Gunners to come back in and knock it out for the throw-in. Great response.
Change coming for the Gunners. Fresh set of legs stands by. We'll see the set piece for Chattanooga. Casamento to deliver. The forward from Sydney, Australia. Came to Chattanooga from the MacArthur Bulls. Casamento into the 18, down on the corner of it, cleared by the Gunners initially. In vacant space, Chattanooga sends it back to Sierra. Out front, chipped towards the penalty arc, Gunners able to clear. Floated and then swatted, this one a blast through midfield all the way back to Verino. Our 90th minute coming to a close. We'll see what kind of stoppage time is signaled for. Back to midfield. Right along the stripe and sent across. Chattanooga backwards. 3 minutes of added time signaled for. Not a lot of stoppage time.
Very reasonable. I figured it would be around that time, you know, for the hydration break and then for the couple of setting up for those free position attempts. It makes sense. I was thinking 3 or 4.
Great work by our Cleveland High School student crew today on the broadcast. Del Halfacre directing. They've done an excellent job with production. Throw in for the Gunners. Chattanooga letting it go initially, then gathered just over midfield. Fighting for it, tied up for a moment. We played 1 minute of our 3 of added time. This one sails all the way to Brinkman. And as always, one of the best supporter sections you're going to find across this worldwide game, and of course across the entire United States, the Chattahooligans. It doesn't get better than the Chattahooligans.
They're going crazy every single match that I've been to. They are there, they're there to support, and they're there until the final whistle. Whether it's good, bad, they're there to support.
There's some really incredible supporter sections. I've never seen anyone stay through inclement weather like the Chattahooligans. It could be the most dangerous storm you've ever seen. We could have 75-mile-an-hour winds. They will stay and play their instruments. 92nd minute closing. We're going to play 1 more of added time. Stoppage time going quickly in Chattanooga. Set piece in a corner in the late stages. 4-goal match, 6-2 Gunners. This one floated into the 6. Brinkman gloves it. Goes up top, flashes them both, snagged and dropped onto it. Really nice play by Brinkman on the edge of the 6 in the late stages. That's what she's done all day, and that's why the scoreline is so favorable. Chattanooga has brought the heat today. Tom Halsall told us CFC planned to do that. They certainly carried forward with that plan. A lot of those scoring chances would have been capitalized on and found twine against other clubs.
Absolutely. You want to bring the pressure, especially with a club as talented and as offensively driven as the Gunners. You want to put pressure. You want to make them worried there. You want to keep them under that pressure, under that constant pressure, and that's always important.
We've reached full time in Chattanooga, playing 3 of stoppage time. Maybe we haven't, I lied. They fooled me on that one. Okay, That is full time in Chattanooga. A 4-goal win for the Gunners of UFA, who played 93 and change in the Scenic City. Chattanooga can't hang on with the UFA Gunners. 6-2, the final score. UFA now tied for second place in the Southeastern Conference of the Women's Premier Soccer League. Chattanooga suffers the defeat at home. Madison, your initial thoughts, emotions, feelings on this match?
It was a fun one. I think, at least from a goal standpoint, just watching both of those, it was a great performance on the offensive end for both sides tonight. You know, I think Chattanooga, it's one of those situations where you're down about this match. You wanted the win. You wanted to win at home after a huge win against FC Birmingham on the road. But there is a lot of good you can take from this match, especially on the defensive end. You got Eleanor Franco going. That is so important. That gives her the confidence to go forward, and especially going up against these other teams. You still have a couple of matches left to really make a stance here. You have Georgia Impact on Friday. You have Decatur FC back here at home, your last home game. Want to try and make a stance here. Then you go back on the road for your last two against Nashville Wolves and Atlanta Fire United. You want to try and put all of your energy toward those. You need to, I'm going to quote Ted Lasso here, be a goldfish. That's what you have to do. You have to be a goldfish. Look at this game tonight. Take some advice, learn from it, keep it going. But then after this, after you sit and you think about it and you are sad about it for a little bit, you have to move on. You have to keep going because you still have a couple more games to play and you cannot be focused on the past.
I love it. UFA continues their winning streak, 4 matches in a row. They play next on the 17th, Georgia Impact, FC Birmingham, and Decatur. Their next 3. We'll see how they handle those. Chattanooga Football Club going on the road at Decatur FC, or rather they host Decatur FC this coming Sunday the 23rd. They go on the road on Friday at Georgia Impact. The men's club hosting Carolina Core this coming Saturday. Would love to have you for those home matches. ChattanoogaFC.com. Click onto the tickets tab. CFCTIX.com. CFCTix.com. Get tickets, be here with us, or you can tune in. Free radio broadcast, Chattanooga Kickoff Network of the men's match, and we'll have the telecast again. Madison Cruz and I along for all of the action. Madison, any final closing thoughts before we send our viewers and friends on their way?
I mean, it was a great night for some soccer. It was a little hot at the beginning, but then it cooled down, and it was a beautiful night for some soccer. And both of these sides, it's a great day to be a soccer fan and a women's soccer fan here in the Southeast, especially with everything that's been going on. That is the biggest thing to take away from this season. It's been a lot of fun watching all of these teams really sprout and grow and show what the Southeast can do.
On behalf of both clubs, the fans, Gabriel Schrei, and the entire team at the Chattanooga Kickoff Network, I'm Brian Vale, bidding you farewell. Thank you for tuning in for today's edition of Professionals.
Yo, is that Mexican OT? That good though. Got me looking just like Johnny Dang. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken kind of bread like kind good. Got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Need deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket coke. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty bad baby from Dirty Bay with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames. Chopping down the block, while the leg doing jumper jacks. Smoking on the wood, yellow timber like it's lumberjack. Suppressor on the Mac 10, sounding like it's bubble wrap. The TV in the shower, I'ma give it bubble bath. Choppers and choppers, lip, I got a whole lot of that. With the steel, I'ma kill ya, I got them falling back. Got me feeling like a baby that's finished, so with my body let. I'm just rhyming words, I don't even know how to rap. Every time that they see me, better believe it, I'm flossed up. Got crossed up, in the dirt, then I bounced up. I'll be catching these places around and get moused up. I'll be eating the let's how to get it tossed up. Pop trunk on the hat while we waving goodbye. I'm from Lone Star, sipping lean with pecan pie. I don't play by respect for that, we gon' die. Time and money, so baby believe I'ma be on time. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken kind of bread like kind good. Got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Need deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket coke. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty bad baby from Dirty Bay with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with